Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. During quarantine, I have traveled back to the 80s, as you can see, and I've been watching a ton of Murder, She Wrote, which is such a good show. Jessica Fletcher is my hero. She lives in like the cutest town, Cabot Cove, and writes mystery novels, which is like, hi, this Scorpio's dream, and solves mysteries. And she's like the smartest person. She misses nothing. She can outwit absolutely everybody and has this amazing confidence, which, like, of course she should, because even when people challenge her and try to be abusive towards her, she outwits them in the end anyways. So good. So I absolutely love Jessica. And she's always got this like sunny disposition, even though there's like murders around her all the time. It's how does she do it? How does she do it? So, sorry, Fatty, I swear to God, say hi to everybody. Say hi. So, I wanted to bring you some of the high points because I'm enjoying Murder, She Wrote so much. And there's so many fun surprise characters in there. Okay, so this episode I love. Jessica goes to San Francisco to visit like a relative because she's got like a trillion relatives and they live all over the country for some reason, and like whatever, that's fine. She's got the most adventurous life. It's just like so interesting. Not realistic. That's okay. Who cares? Let's just get through this quarantine. So, you know what that means. Going to San Francisco means some fun drag queens. As we can see in the credits, there's a leather guy. And with this drag show, there's like so many dumb, like him, her jokes. Like the policemen come in and are like, oh, we gotta book him downtown. Oh, her, him? Like, it's just very of the time. But my favorite part is not the drag queens. It's actually that, like, Mr. Cotter is a character. And in this episode, he plays a comedian and makes the worst jokes. He's like, after somebody's murdered, he's like, I was making a living out front while he was dying in the back. Wow. And he literally, at the end, I'm going to ruin this right now. He turns out to be the murderer. But he's trying to get away. He's trying to fly to Vegas before they catch him. And he literally says, to try to get out of being questioned by the police, he's like, I gotta fly to Vegas. I hope my arms don't get tired. Mr. Cotter, you were like funny and welcome back, Cotter. Like, what is this? But Jessica loves it. Jessica says that he has a wonderful sense of humor. Until she finds out that he's the murderer. Then there's also like the homicide detective, which is wearing this bathrobe, which is never explained. But it's awesome. At the end, Jessica's going to the wedding of like whatever cousin or garbage relative that she was visiting. And the homicide detective comes to the wedding and then falls asleep. So, at the wedding. So that's a thing. So zany, Murder, She Wrote. God, I love you. Another episode that I was really enjoying was where they wanted to make one of Jessica's books into a Hollywood movie. So we get to go to Hollywood. And Jessica is not happy with the script, which seems insane that like a writer would get so involved in like a screenplay that's already been written and is in production. They're actually shooting it. Like, Jessica, you can't have control over movies made out of your books. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Maybe it was different in the 80s, but I don't know. So she's really upset. She goes to Hollywood. They are making they're making her book into a Porky's Halloween Flashdance movie. That's what they call it. So, like, I get it. Like, I'm with Jessica. Like, that is insane. But, yeah, you got no control over that. But it's just a setup to, like, a murder that occurs on set. And we have this greasy guy, which was driving... I was kind of glad that he got murdered early on because his, like, oily face was driving me absolutely crazy. Did they not have some powder on the set for the makeup artist to just pop on him? And he also is like telling this girl that she's gonna be like the next it girl in Hollywood, and I like don't understand that at all. I just sometimes casting makes no sense to me. And then we have like the script writer who is also like on Jessica's side because his script has been like destroyed, and he threatens Oily Guy and says the picture's not over until the credits roll. What does that mean? Anyway, so that's his threat. And this episode takes some wacky turns. The next one that I enjoyed was this like weird preppy society where of course Jessica has a relative that she's visiting, and they just happen to be in like the world's preppiest like hunting polo society, and they have this like preppy party with their equestrian clothes on, hunting clothes, whatever, and they're all matching. I mean, they're amazing. Like obviously, like I would love to have that outfit, and I do have a Ralph Lauren riding jacket, but it is not red, and those are amazing. So this party is hilarious. And then there's like two dudes. These two dudes seem to be like fighting over Jessica, or both trying to hit on her at the same time, which is also awesome. But my favorite part was that the guy that got murdered didn't put any of his family in his will because they were all morons, and he leaves it to his dog Teddy. So that was super, super fun. How do they make a show about murder that's so charming? I'll never know. It's just so amazing. Then we have an episode where Jessica gets pursued by a young man who clearly wants to be her sugar babe and wants Jessica as his sugar mom. And it is like the most awkward, creepy thing every time he's in the scenes, because he talks with such formality. And in this picture, you can see he wears like the worst Bill Cosby sweater, but he's like supposed to be hot. Like I guess he is, but he's just so weird and gross, and makes Jessica so uncomfortable. It's so cringe. And then at the end, he doesn't turn out to be the murderer. He's just like, we're led down that path because he's so weird and creepy. But at the end, he comes up to Jessica in the airport and gives her like this weird stuffed bear, and then tries to hit on her again. And she's just like so classy all the time about stuff that I would like lose it. But she just like always keeps it together. She always has the right words. She always stays classy. She asserts her boundaries in a very strong way, but polite. So she's basically telling this guy, like, you're the creepiest thing ever, and I don't even want to know about your feelings, and you're gross, and you're clearly, like, after me for my money. And the dimples fade, and we see this picture of him. And he's totally, like, a psychopath serial killer in the future, I'm sure. So we also have another fun appearance from somebody from Welcome Back, Kotter. Is Horshack, and he's a lawyer, and he's like a terrible lawyer. So there's that, which I really tickled. It's not a good time for Welcome Back Kotter characters, I guess after that show wrapped, but thank God for Murder, She Wrote. And the last episode I'm just going to show you, we're going to switch from Welcome Back Kotter because we got WKRP now. We got Les Nessman in this episode, which is just such a delight to see all these actors that I recognize. But we also, my favorite part of this episode was that we have Joaquin Phoenix when he was like 8 or 10 or whatever, however old he was, wanting more hamburgers, and Jessica finds him hilarious, as we all do, because it's Joaquin Phoenix. So I'm going to end it on that note because, oh, so good. So I hope you like this video because I might make more Murder, She Wrote videos. I also watched like an 80s miniseries with Valerie Bertinelli, and for some reason Donald Trump was in it as well. So that was amazing, and I kind of wish that I had captured some of the high moments of that because it was based on like a Judith Krantz novel and was just like insane. Again, it was like preppy society in Manhattan. It was so good. Like it had everything you want in the 80s jammed into one mini series. I shouldn't say that because Ross says I need to watch Hollywood Wives too. So there's that. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. I had fun doing my makeup 80s style, and there's probably going to be more Murder, She Wrote coming to you. So lots of love and stay safe during this time. Bye.